We were at a family dinner when my mother said it out loud. Not in a whisper, not in private. Right there at the table in front of everyone. "I don't understand why you're keeping her," she said, looking at my 8-year-old stepdaughter, Mia, like she was a problem that needed solving. "She's not even yours. Just send her back." The table went quiet. My husband David's fork froze halfway to his mouth. Mia, who had been quietly eating her mashed potatoes, stopped moving. Her eyes stayed fixed on her plate, but I saw her shoulders tense. "Excuse me," I said. My mother shrugged. "I'm just saying, David's ex-wife is still alive. She can take her. Why should you have to deal with someone else's child? She's a burden." Mia's hand slipped under the table. She was gripping her napkin so hard her knuckles turned white. I put down my fork very carefully, kept my voice steady. "Mia is not a burden. She's my daughter." My mother laughed. "She's not your daughter. You didn't give birth to her. You married David 2 years ago. That doesn't make her yours." "Actually, it does," I said. My father chimed in. "Your mother has a point. You're young. You don't have kids of your own yet. Why take on someone else's responsibility, especially when the real mother is still in the picture?" Clear's throat. Mia stood up. Her chair scraped loudly against the floor. "May I be excused?" she asked quietly. Her voice was shaking. "Of course, sweetheart," I said. She walked out of the dining room. I heard her footsteps on the stairs, heard her bedroom door close. I turned back to my family. "What is wrong with you?" My mother rolled her eyes. "Don't be dramatic. We're just being practical." "Practical," I repeated. "You just called an 8-year-old child a burden to her face. She needs to understand reality." My father said, "Her mother didn't want her. That's why she's with you. But you're not obligated to keep her." My husband finally spoke. His voice wascalled. "Her mother has supervised visitation twice a month. She chose not to have full custody. That doesn't mean Mia isn't wanted." My sister, who had been silent until now, decided to join in. "I'm just saying, if it were me, I wouldn't want to raise someone else's kid. It's different. You'll never love her the way you love your own." I stood up. "We're leaving." My mother looked offended. "We haven't even had dessert." "I don't care," I said. I looked at David. "Get Mia. We're going." David stood immediately. We went upstairs. Mia was sitting on the bed in the guest room hugging a pillow. Her face was wet. "Come on, sweetheart," I said gently. "We're going home." She nodded, didn't say a word, just stood up and followed us downstairs. My mother tried to stop us at the door. "You're overreacting. We were just being honest." "No," I said. "You were being cruel. To a child. My child." "She's not your child," my mother said again. I looked at Mia. She was standing behind David, trying to make herself small. I crouched down so I was at her level. "Mia, look at me." She looked up. Her eyes were red. "You are my daughter," I said clearly. "Do you understand? Not my stepdaughter. Not someone else's kid. Mine." Her lip trembled. "But they said they're wrong," I said. "You're not a burden. You're not unwanted. You're loved by me, by your dad, and anyone who can't see that doesn't deserve to be in our lives." Mia threw her arms around my neck. I held her tight. I stood up, looked at my family. "Don't contact us, any of us, until you're ready to apologize to her." "Not to me, to her." My mother scoffed. "This is ridiculous." "No," I said. "What's ridiculous is grown adults bullying a child because they don't think she belongs. She belongs with us. And if you can't accept that, then you don't belong in our lives." We left. The drive home was quiet. Mia sat in the back seat staring out the window. When we got them, David took her upstairs to get ready for bed. I sat on the couch, hands shaking. I was so angry I couldn't think straight. David came back down 20 minutes later. She's in bed. She asked if she's really our daughter. My chest had. What did you say? I told her, yes, always. He sat down next to me. Thank you for standing up for her. I shouldn't have to. I said, they're my family. They should know better. They do know better. David said they just don't care. I looked at him. I meant what I said. I'm not going back there until they apologize to her. Good, he said, because I'm not either. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about Mia's face. The way she'd tried to disappear. The way she'd asked to be excused so quietly, like she didn't want to cause more trouble. The next morning, Mia came downstairs for breakfast. She was quiet, didn't make eye contact. I made her favorite pancakes, tried to act normal. How did you sleep? I asked. She shrugged. Okay, Mia, I said gently. Can we talk about last night? She looked down. It's okay. I know I'm not really yours. My heart broke. Yes, you are. But Grandma said. Grandma was wrong, I said firmly. Family isn't just about blood. It's about love. It's about who shows up, who takes care of you, who chooses you every single day. And I choose you. Do you understand? Mia's eyes filled with tears. But what if you have a real baby someday? Thene'll be the extra one. I pulled her into my lap. She was getting big for it, but she curled into me anyway. If we have more kids someday, you'll be their big sister. You'll never be extra. You'll never be less. You're my first. You're my daughter. Period. She cried into my shoulder. I held her and let her. When she finally calmed down, she whispered, I'm sorry I'm so much trouble. You're not trouble, I said. You're the best thing that ever happened to me. 3 days later, my mother called. I didn't answer. She left a voicemail. I think you're being unreasonable. We were just stating facts. But fine. If you want an apology, here it is. I'm sorry you got offended. I deleted it. 2 weeks later, my sister texted, Mom is upset. You're ruining the holidays over nothing. Mia is fine. Stop making this a big deal. I blocked her number. A month later, my father showed up at our house. I opened the door. He stood there looking uncomfortable. Can I come in? Why? I asked. I want to talk to Mia, he said. I crossed my arms. Why? To apologize, he said. Your mother and sister won't. But I know I was wrong, and I want to make it right. I looked at him for a long moment. Then I called Mia. She came to the door, saw my father, and froze. Mia, he said, I'm sorry for what I said at dinner. You're not a burden. You're a wonderful little girl. And I was wrong. Mia didn't say anything, just looked at him. I don't expect you to forgive me right away, he continued. But I wanted you to know you belong in this family, and I'm sorry I made you feel like you didn't. Mia looked at me. I nodded. It was her choice. She looked back at my father. Okay, she said quietly. My father's shoulder sagged with relief. Thank you. He left after that. Didn't push for more. Didn't ask to come in. Just apologized and left. That night, Mia asked me, does this mean we have to see Grandma and Aunt Lisa again? Not until they apologize to you, I said. And it has to be real, not just words. Mia nodded. I don't think they will. Probably not, I said honestly. Does that make you sad? She asked. A little, I said. but not as sad as I'd be if I let them hurt you again. Mia thought about that. I don't want to see them anyway. Then you don't have to, I said. It's been 6 months. My mother and sister still haven't apologized. My father comes by once a month. He brings Mia small gifts, tries to rebuild trust. Mia is polite but distant. I don't push her. Last week, Mia came home from school with a family tree project. She was supposed to draw her family. She showed it to me nervously. At the top, she'd written my name and David's name. Below that, she'd drawn herself. And at the bottom, she'd written, "This is my real family. Is this okay?" she asked. I looked at the drawing, at the 3 stick figures holding hands, at the word real. "It's perfect," I said. "So, tell me, did I do the right thing by cutting off my family? Or should I have given them more chances? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this story, subscribe to Echoing Heart Tales for more. I'll see you in the next.